All right, let's get back to the game last night as the Cedric Maxwell was there to present Jaylen Brown with his award.
Is aptly named after one of the greatest players in NBA history, Larry Bird. To do the honors of presenting that award, let's welcome back Larry Bird's former teammate, Cedric Maxwell.
How about them damn Celtics? That's what I'm going. It is my honor and it's my privilege, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen, just what's it mean to you to be holding that trophy right now?
All praise to the Most High. We was in this building not too long ago. We was getting boos. Thankful to God to be here. Appreciate everything, man. Let's get some more.
There you go. I'm surprised Cedric didn't mention his MVP in the finals back in '84. He manages to sprinkle that in pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm. It's his time.
Do you know Cedric Maxwell? I heard him talking. He was never an All-Star.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? But he came alive in the playoffs.
Yes.
Finals MVP. Yep. All right. What did Jason Tatum think about his teammate winning the award?
Big time to be rewarded for how you play, and that's a special accomplishment for him and for everybody.
Well, mostly for him, though. It's the most valuable player, so that's a huge accomplishment for Jaylen Brown. I thought Tatum was really good. I liked what he was doing defensively, especially. His rebounding was very clutch last night. He was all over the place. Any criticism, any critiques that take place here over the next week, Fred, I don't think are going to be centered around like Jason Tatum or necessarily Jaylen Brown. I think what it's going to come down to is whether or not the Celtics played like the way they did last night, especially down the stretch, as they've been getting praise for doing. They played loose. They played with a poise. They played what... And I'm thinking, are they playing with the looseness and the poise of a team that's up 3-0 in a conference finals? I mean, how much of it can be attributed to that? Because if you're on the other side of that, that's when things tighten up. A lot of it is circumstance. Now, maybe they are that good, and maybe they are, regardless of the situation, going to be able to pull off things like they did in Game 3 and again last night. But it's not a critique. It's a legitimate question. Where the way they were closing things out in the last couple of games, were they benefited by the fact that they were already up either 2 or 3 games to none in the series?
So up 2 games to none, you think that's a legitimate argument? They were too loose. It really shouldn't count. It doesn't qualify.
My question is, before we go into the finals and how good they were, and you've already established that the winning margin in a sweep is the smallest margin that a team has ever swept another.
3 of the 4 games are very, very
finals.
close, and the Celtics had to come back and win. Yes,
right. But the Celtics are getting all kinds of praise for their poise and their maturity and everything down the stretch. I'm saying, well, once you win that first game that you probably shouldn't have won, okay, and once you're up 2-0 in the series, then you have the ability to play loose because, all right, chances are we're going to win this thing anyway.
Not 2-0. I disagree with that because especially you get 2 home games on the other team's floor. You lose, it's 2-1, and the other team has the home game in Game 4. I don't think you can criticize or question Game 3. Last night, I can kind of understand it. You're up 3 games to none. You literally have the biggest margin of error that there can be in a playoff series, but ultimately, they were able to do it. The critique was they can't get it done in close and late. They did it 3 times in this series.
I want to see that same poise and that same maturity when you're either down a couple down the stretch or down a game or 2, and then you still have that same looseness and poise and the ability to find the open man. Like, Brown's amazing play, the block at one end, going down the floor, finding Derek White in the corner. That's a great play. Does that same play happen under other circumstances?
In Game 1, they came back and won, did they not? Now, Indiana handed it to them, but the Celtics still had to make plays down the stretch and win the game, did they not?
Yeah.
And that was Game 1 of the series. That's the qualification you just put on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. There you have it.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. The men have agreed to disagree.
No, wait, no, I'm agreeing with Wally. They've shown it at times. I'm just saying I would caution yourself from. I'm cautioning myself from thinking like, oh, they've gotten over it. They've gotten past it. They know how to win. They know how to do it. Let's not forget Halliburton not playing for the Pacers. This is a team that they probably should have stomped by 15 points.
The thing is that when you get into that, though, it's they've won what they've won. They get all this rest. If rest was an issue, Porzingis gets all this time off, and now everyone gets the rest. Dallas looks like they'll have probably about just amount.
That's I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah,
because that way there's they just got through playing. And they've been playing all along.
And then all the conversation stops because, I'm just telling you, nationally, you're going to hear a week of I don't know about the Celtics. It's like, well, you're going to find out. You're going to find out soon. If you do an off season after a disappointing loss, that's fair game. I mean, Jesus, the Bruins. I couldn't pay attention to the Bruins until the Toronto series because I just didn't believe in anything they did in the regular season. The Celtics, you're going to be able to find out next Thursday when they played Dallas. It was two clutch superstars. They can't play like this, but maybe they won't. They're going to be the favorite in this series. I don't even think it really matters if Porzingis plays or not, but it certainly will help.
No, I disagree. I think it matters a big deal.
I don't think it's the difference between. I don't think they're screwed if he doesn't play.
I do.
Okay, I don't. All right, we'll be right back.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.